Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lost Planning the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Ricada of Ricada Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And with me today is the inimitable, unstoppable, abominable, deplorable, assholeable, dildoable.
Hold on now.
Hold
on now. Baldoable, maybe. I don't know about asshole. Dildo.
Dick Masterson. Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing? When you say abominable, is it because I'm fat and I look like a snowman? Is that what you're saying?
I was saying abominable because you wear mom jeans like Obama.
Oh, man, that's the worst thing that I would have. I'll even take, like, married to a man over mom jeans for Obama.
That's Obama.
Yeah, exactly. How you been?
Dude, How's
Trump? How's all of Trump's lawsuits and shit? God. Do you care enough so that it helps him, Nick? That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Do you care enough so that it helps Trump?
I'm not like
a Care Bear.
I'm not like a Care Bear. They do the Care Bear stare. That's not me. That's way too much. But I am a Care Bear cousin. And I do the Care Bear cousins call.
Yeah, they were better. The lion.
Yeah. It's like, why would you want to be a bear when you could be a lion? Like a gay bear, like wearing leather or whatever. Or you could be a lion, which is cool.
Yeah, it's better.
And you shoot like your heart with the crown on it.
They groomed us, man, with that Care Bear shit. Like, if you care enough and you hold hands, you can shoot a ray of jizz out of your stomach.
Yeah, and it's like, why do I have to hold hands with people around me to do that? I feel like the emblem on my stomach should just do it by itself. It's like, no, Care Bear cousins call. Like, you gotta do this number. It was weird.
That was a good show.
I liked it. I really did, actually. The 80s had just good shows in general because they cared a little bit. No, to answer your question, yes, I care enough about Trump that it is impacting positively every case that he has.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, his lawyers are ineffectual, but because I'm reporting on it, he's doing better than ever.
Do they pay attention to you or?
Yes, all of them. They write me daily.
Okay. And they read your comments, right? They're like, if anybody has something to say in your comments, they're like on there going like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
Well, thank God his one lawyer sends me nudes. Well, not a line of
I don't know if you're joking.
Not a line of haba.
Giuliani?
Yeah.
Oh. I would way rather, if I got a Giuliani nude, like one that he took just for me, that would be the favorite nude I'd ever gotten. And I've gotten some good nudes.
What's your best? Wait, you probably can't disclose. What's your best nude, though?
I think you know who it. Actually, she wasn't the best one.
That again. That's the oldest drama in the book.
Well, yeah, the hottest girls were young, Nick, as it turns out. The nudes don't get better when you hit 43.
Wait a minute. Hey. Ouch.
Sorry.
I got 1 year left. No, I've been legitimately though. I've been really good. Life has been fantastic, but it is fucked with my show schedule, which is why I'm starting an hour. Well, as it turns out, an hour and 25 minutes late today. But I scheduled it for an hour late today because I wasn't home yet. But no, life has been great. I'm trying to figure out. I can't do the 11 o'clock show anymore. Like every day I'm canceling them and shifting them around all the time. So I'm trying to figure out where some of the shows are going to get rescheduled right now because like it just isn't working. It's amazing. My kids are old enough that I get to have a nightlife.
Oh,
so, and I like that.
What's that like in a bumfuck Minnesota or Missouri?
It doesn't matter like where you are. It's just like, oh, now I have things to do at night when I didn't before, and I want to do those things. So now it's like I can't keep doing the schedule that I started 6 years ago when my youngest child was just born.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it's been fantastic. Other than like, I really do hate rescheduling the show and like canceling shit. Because you know how this shit works. Like consistency is how you do it. right? Like you always have to do your show at the same time. Otherwise, people are like, I don't even know there's a show there. Like the amnesia is so fast in this industry.
Yeah.
So you have to like establish what you're going to do and then adhere to it. And I haven't been able to do that recently, but it's only been good things, and that's fine by me.
Well, I only have to be consistent 1 day a week, so it's different for me.
You managed to figure that out way smarter than me.
Yeah, you fucked up, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I should have never done. I should have just done one show like every 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd still be covering your stupid lawsuit.
Otherwise, you're like CNN out there every day, like, you're never gonna guess what happened today. I'm like, I think I will. Nothing happened.
Well, lately it's all Trump all the time. The media is like, which it's so fucking annoying how this works. Because not too long ago, a couple months ago, I was like, I really don't want to just sit and cover Trump and guns all the time. And then now Trump is the literal most interesting legal topic that has existed in 150 years. Like completely reshaping executive power and like what it means. And we're going to get all these Supreme Court cases on it. It's like, oh, well, now it's Trump every day.
Dude, it's great watching you. Like your debate with Destiny was one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And watching, I think you had like Lilo and Stitch come on.
Adam and Stitch and Adam. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stitch and Adam. The election fraud deniers, similar to Holocaust deniers, the election fraud deniers.
Right.
They were on, but watching these guys, like, it's like watching like gun guys, like anti-gun people say like, oh yeah, well you wouldn't like it if like a black guy had a gun, and we're like, all of us are like, yeah, we really want black guys to have guns. They're like, oh yeah, well you wouldn't like it if like Biden like tried to assassinate Trump, and we're like, yeah, we assume that's what you guys are doing all the time.
That'd be the funniest thing he could do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Please do that. Please do. Like, you guys have to go through this whole thing where you're like pretending George Floyd was killed to like kill a white guy and send him to jail. You guys have to go through all this shit to like protect yourselves and have plausible deniability to like exert government power unjustly. Like, please just hire some assassins and come at us in the light of day.
Yeah, and
it's been funny watching you argue with them because you're much better at it than anybody else.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the
internet.
Oh, well, now that we're doing hand jobs. No, it's just like, well, because I grew up arguing with people on the internet, so it was fine. But no, it's so funny when like the justices at the appeals court are like, well, what if Trump were to order SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political enemy? Like, then what would it?
Yeah,
would he
like
be
Osama bin Laden. What if Trump were to order the army to kill a political rival like Gaddafi or Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein or
like
Hitler?
Anwar al-Awlaki?
Then what would we do?
Like Anwar al-Awlaki, who got drone striked by Obama, like with his 16-year-old son in Yemen. Like, it's like, we have drones in
What
Yemen?
if he were to do murder? That's his entire fucking job, is murdering people. That's his entire purpose. It's like, well, take it up with that guy. He's our murdering guy that we all think it's okay for him to do murdering. And when we don't, we'll murder him.
Well, that's the funny thing. They're like, well, what if he? Now, I know what everybody goes.
He does all the time.
But everybody goes to the opposite of what you're saying. Like, you're going, okay, it kills political enemies all the time because he's killing Al-Qaeda or the Taliban or ISIS or whatever it is. But they're saying like a Democrat senator or something. Right?
Oh,
like that's their idea.
Sure.
And it's like, well, okay, let's
What if he
get
killed
there.
Harvey Milk? But the Sean Penn version, not the one that raped a 16-year-old.
But it's like, okay, let's get there. So Trump orders SEAL Team 6 to just go kill a random American politician. They're like, all right, wait, hold on. SEAL Team 6 doesn't just do that. They don't, first of all, they don't deploy on American soil. Posse comitatus. You can't even fucking deploy SEAL Team 6 on U.S. soil.
They're going to take a bus. They're going to take a Greyhound bus.
Yeah, and so then
Trump's going to fly him out in Trump Force One.
they're like, we're gonna get this fucking Democrat. Like, no, come on. Like, that isn't how this works. We're gonna just ignore that the 25th Amendment exists, and like his vice president will be like, oh, okay, calm down, Trump. We're gonna relieve you from power for at least like a couple hours so you can settle down.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't happen. SEAL Team 6 would just do it, and then when they did it, no one would care. And it's like, well, they
would love it.
They
would love it.
I'm like, well, they just impeach him. They're like, well, they just close ranks. I'm like, really? The Republicans who almost convicted him on impeachment for a speech, that like when he kills a rival openly using the Navy SEALs, they're gonna be like, yeah, actually, that's fine.
Yeah,
we're not gonna impeach that. Like, come on, guys, the level of abstractions you have to go to get to this. And they're like, but what if it happens? I'm like, well, then that's cool.
The Republicans who just burned like $300 million on DeSantis's campaign out of spite to Trump are going to close ranks around him. First of all, Trump doesn't have to use SEAL Team 6. He could just like tweet, hey, kill that guy. And someone would do it. Like, he doesn't even need, right? He doesn't even need
that's what they say. And that's what E. Jean Carroll is saying. Right? She's like, the moment he called me a liar, I got all the rape and death threats ever. I deleted all of them, though. Oh, did you?
Oh, is that bitch he raped? He
didn't rape her. Raped? The jury said he didn't rape her. They just said he sexually touched her.
Huh. Okay.
That's the funniest thing. It's like she sues him for rape, and they're like, well, it's not that far, really, though.
That's the worst, man. You want to get done up for rape, not for like almost rape.
If you just rubbed her. Oh, well. I mean, we're halfway there. Whoa. No, anyway. But it's like, she's like, well, once he called me a liar. It's like, well, was it once he called you a liar? Was it once you said the president of the United States raped you? Which one? Like, I think it might have been, this is a chicken and the egg problem, but I'm pretty sure it was the chicken that you said, where you said that the president raped you. Not where he said, you're a liar and it didn't happen. I've never met you. Like, I think it was the first one that probably caused people to freak out on you.
Sucks,
but they have no agency.
I like that we all love that Trump, like, put Hillary Clinton back in like the bottle for 10,000 years, back in the tomb of Nefertiti or whatever that she came out of. But that rape thing, knowing that chick got one over on him like that, it really chaps my ass. Sucks.
It does.
You bitch. Fuck.
She's so ugly too.
Yeah.
And the old pictures of her are ugly also. Like, I want to be clear on that. Yeah. I don't want to, like, I'm not discriminating against old people. She was ugly as a young person.
We're not saying Trump's not a rapist. Just saying.
That'd be crazy to say that.
It would be. Come on.
He is a politician and a billionaire. You never know what he's doing.
Yeah. He's not Schwarzenegger. He's a Republican.
You see Schwarzenegger got arrested in like Belgium or Germany or something?
For having a watch?
Yeah, he didn't declare it. It's like, what do you mean he didn't declare a watch? Like, was he wearing it? Like, did he buy it there? I don't understand. I hate the declaration thing. It's like, well, do you have to declare anything? Like, no. Like, it's all my
like
stuff.
10 grand floating around in your.
I don't travel with
memorize
any cash.
a seed phrase for $25 million of Bitcoin because you got to declare that.
So when I went overseas with Lady Raggets one time, and we get to the airport in the foreign third world country, and we had something in our bag that was like food. So you have to like go through the one line and declare stuff. And it's like, I declared the food. It's literally like a bag of chocolate or something. And I'm like, okay.
Did you write food like a?
Yeah, I wrote like food, like $12 or whatever.
Okay.
Right. But then you go up and they're like, no, you have to declare everything in the bag. And I'm like, okay. So just start writing. I'm like, clothing, $400 or something like that. And Lady Raggets is like, she's like, gets out a like calculator. She's like, well, actually, and I'm like, just stop. Like, it's okay. Like, this doesn't and the person's like, just tell me however much it's worth. Right. Like doing this number. And I'm like, and she's like, no, I got to figure it out. I'm like, please stop. And then she gets mad at me. I'm like, no, it's just like, they just want me to say $500 and then we could go through. Like, could we just do? But like, she's in woman mode where she's like, no, I have to tell the truth. It's like, they don't care how much clothing we have. It's just clothes. There's nothing in these bags other than clothes. But guys, the whole declaring thing is so stupid. It's like, well, what do you have that's of value? Like, I don't want to tell you. You're a third world country. You're probably going to open my bag and take it.
Yeah, man. Fuck off.
Exactly. I hate all these people.
Yeah.
But you know who I hate more than them? Donald Trump. Because he is evil. Ontologically evil, Dick.
Oh. I have heard that.
No, it's just this whole, like, Trump has become, though, like, honestly, the most interesting legal story that exists. There's nothing else. He's defining presidential authority. He's defining what Section 2 of or Article 2 of the Constitution means. It's baffling when you think about it. 230 years we've had a constitution, and these questions have never been asked. And all of them are being asked of Trump at the exact same time. Like, well, I guess we'll just figure this whole thing out.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of them are like retarded. Like the vice does the vice president, like, is he just there to like say, okay, we got your votes, or should he like stop any kind of fraud from happening? And all these Democrat guys are like, well, no, of course he shouldn't stop fraud. Like, yeah, he should stop fraud. He should definitely. Yeah. Somebody should go like, hey, let's wait. I'm sure you guys could come in here and fuck over the whole country in March. Don't worry about it. You got plenty of time. You got the rest of your lives to fuck everybody over and piss everyone off. Don't worry about it. If it turns out you were right, we'll give you another couple months on the back end. Don't worry about it. It's so weird listening to these guys rationalize their, like, just lust for power that they do not have ultimately.
Yeah, they all, for all of their hypotheticals and for all of their scenarios, you have to pretend that everybody's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Like, even with the SEAL Team 6, like, well, you just have to pretend that SEAL Team 6 is stupid and we'll just kill whoever just because the president says. Like, that's not how this works. Like,
they would do that anyway. If they were so motivated, they would have already done that.
Right. And then with the Pence thing and the vice president count, it's like, well, of course it's just ceremonial. It's like, well, why did they write it in there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because they needed someone to count the votes. Like, but like, why do they need someone to count the votes? Well, because someone's got to collect those things and count them. So wait, are they supposed to determine which ones are good and bad? Well, no, they just count them. Well, so what if two come in from the same state? Well, then they have to pick the right one. Wait a minute, you just said they
how do they know? Yeah. Like, are they the arbiter or are they not?
They're not, but they are.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the objections are just ceremonial.
Well, those guys are committing fraud. They said they're Trump's BFF, and actually those other guys are Trump's BFF. So they're committing a fraud on the court of bird law.
Oh,
man, are you like fucking retarded?
You're going back to that Destiny thing. Where I'm trying to explain.
And Lilo and Stitch were saying that shit too. Like, well, isn't it fraud to say that you're the duly elected? Like, holy fuck, man. I'm duly elected. Look at me. I'm fucking duly elected from fucking Narnia. I came through a fucking portal with 50 million electoral votes. Pence, hey, look.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
And it's like, it's only a fraud if anybody could possibly be induced by the lie. Like, they're like, well, but they lied and said they were at the courthouse or at the Capitol building and that they were duly elected. It's like, yeah, but no one actually believes that. No one's gonna be like, oh, well, these guys did this, and so therefore they're the right ones. It's like, that's not what makes them the right ones. That's just a form that they created. It's like,
but they still filled out the form. You know what? Here's what drove me nuts about every single fucking argument you've had with liberals about this. It's like, okay, so let's say you're at a bank. Let's say let's say I'm a bank and I went to your bank and I grew legs and I came out and I wrote a check at your bank, but I was pretending to be another bank. You're telling me that, okay, well, wait a minute, that doesn't fit. But let's say that I'm the United States and I am a bank and I wrote a check, but I said that I wrote a check, but it was actually I'm a dog. It's like they can't make any points without making some retarded analogy.
Yeah, they have to do, and they can't figure out why their analogies don't work. It's like, no, you're missing one thing though. All of the people in your analogy don't have the authority to make the thing legitimate. But in the other analogy, there's this group of people that can go, yeah, we want those guys. And we don't care what the form says. The form's stupid. We can just say we accept it.
Yeah.
And then they win. It's like, if
you
can
guys
do
don't
that,
need an analogy. You already understand what's happening. Like, you don't need an analogy to figure out, like, well, you know, the country's like 50-50, and we're trying to figure out, like, if we want to have secure elections or not. And if these states, like, fucked up or not. And it seems like they fucked up, but maybe they didn't, and it's like a legal game. Like, if they did or didn't. That's it. It's like a maneuvering game. It's not fair, and it's not fun or funny or clean, and you guys just won't admit that.
Well, they all go back to, like, well, the lawsuits all failed. It's like, well, I mean,
yeah,
that was my favorite thing. I'm like, explain to me how you challenge a vote. And he's like, well, you just do. And I'm like, but they tried that, like, and all of them got thrown out. They weren't actually analyzed by a judge. There's no evidentiary weighing going on. It was just, I
guess tort laws then don't exist.
Yeah, I'm
if
like,
they get thrown out. If too many laws get thrown out, then we don't have that law anymore.
Right.
Fucking
and it's
geniuses.
like, I tried to tell him, I'm like, dude, no one can tell you how to challenge the 2020 election. Like, no one can actually do it. And he's like, well, someone can. Like, no, you find one person who could figure out how to do it, and they would have done it.
Yeah.
Someone would have done it, because that's the law of how things work. Is someone?
I'm gonna go.
If there's a critical enough problem, someone will have the answer to it, because you have to. And if no one has the answer, no one can figure it out. But everybody, like, every single case they tried, like, courts are just like, nope, we're going to ignore all of that. Everything you bring. And it's like, well, what should we do? And they're like, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't
We're
know.
not going to take that case, though.
We don't know what case we would take either. But it was fucking wild. And they have, like, no concept. It's always like the media talking point. Wow, 63 cases got thrown out. It's like, well, 60 of them were stupid, but 3 of them were really interesting. They should probably have heard, but 63 got thrown out. Yes, I know.
What the fuck would that have to do with anything?
It's so wild. But no, the Trump thing in general is really interesting, because I always want to see what happens when someone goes after a president or a president flexes. Like, I want to see what happens, because we don't know. And everybody's like, well, Congress can just do, well, wait, Congress doesn't have any guns. The president does. Like, he has all of the guns. Supreme Court doesn't have any guns. They can just send a piece of paper. What happens when you just look at the piece of paper and go, yeah, fuck off?
Yeah.
Like, president, you have to do this. Oh, do I?
Well, Biden could do that. What if Biden? Like, yeah, I don't really think so. I don't think the army's going to do anything for Kamala.
Maybe.
But maybe they would.
I mean,
she's the cop in chief.
Maybe she's been busy. Right? Like, yeah.
Currying favors, you're saying.
Curry. Emphasis on the curry. Was she Indian? I don't think so.
I think she is. She's not
really?
black.
Has she programmed anything?
I haven't seen her in a sorry, so I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Why would you do that? That was racist. No, so that's like all I've been talking about lately. It's just Trump, 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 Trump. Every day there's a new Trump update in some case, and they're all actually kind of interesting. So it's great, but I mean, it does get kind of tiring. But I mean, what do you do? The dude is defining laws that have never had questions asked of them. And we got to follow that. Like, there's just nothing else that even comes fucking close in law right now. But what's going on outside of the law, Dick? You're intermingled in the internets. Like, you're out there like, oh, I got my hands in this and this and this. Like, I know. Look, I know what you're really into and all of the the drama shit. But other than that, what do you got going on? What's happening?
I gotta go for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, sure, fine.
Okay, right when you ask me about that, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's cool. No, that's great.
Sorry.
What an asshole! Look at this guy. He just gets up and leaves right when I ask him the question. Hey, what are you up to? Bye. Oh my God. All right. So my goal is to not actually talk very much about, like, the comics drama stuff, because it just is. But we'll talk about whatever. Let's read some super chats. Aaron alums. It's midnight. So officially my 38th birthday. Can I get a toast? You can get a non-alcoholic toast for sure. I'll be celebrating by spending the day attending my first paralegal class. Woo! Thanks to you. I want to get involved in law to help people, and I'm excited. Hey, cool, Aaron. A cheers to you. Happy 38th birthday and a congratulations on your new adventure. Entering the paralegal field as an assistant to whoever needs it. Please pay attention, learn all you can, and become an asset to someone else. Being a paralegal, a good paralegal, is a massive boon to whoever hires you and whoever you partner with. So may you find that home eventually. But really just happy birthday and enjoy your 38ness. Cheers. All right. We've got Valiant Renegade says, entertain me, good sir. I need it tonight. Cheers, Pope Brackets. Well, I'll try. No promises. Tyler Reeves, welcome to Paralegal. Wait, you've been a paralegal for 37 months. Cool. Thank you. No One Nowhere says, review ISOM 2 and tell us about 60/40 partnerships. I have not read ISOM 1 or 2, so I can't review either of them. And then Sejong the Great says, Dirk Masterson is autism Maddox, and Maddox is already autism Maddox. I'll read that to him when he gets his headphones on. Oh, you're back.
Hey.
So Sejong the Great says, Dirk Masterson is autism Maddox, and Maddox is already autism Maddox.
Oh, you can't double down on autism. That's like crossing the streams, man.
Does
what
it
do
like
you mean?
cancel out and you become non-autistic?
No, it makes it so much worse, Nick. Double autism is so much worse. I would love Maddox to get like a little like cutie 3.14 like autistic girlfriend, like a stimming Josie type who's like 20, 23, right? That's the only hope he has. I watched have we talked since the N-word Maddox takedown when he like tried to ruin your life and your business and stuff?
I don't think
we talked
so.
since then? I don't
Wait,
think
did he?
So.
Wait, I don't know if I even know about this.
Yeah, you did. You watched it. The N-word.
Oh, yeah.
His big documentary. The magnum opus that he wrote, that he's been working on for 5 fucking years.
This blackface lawyer is super racist, but I'm going to apologize to him because he's not actually practicing law in blackface. And he made the cool like website for me. That was awesome. Like, I was happy
was
about
awesome.
I don't think we've talked since then, though.
Yeah, it kind of like petered out, fizzled out.
Yeah, it was not. I was expecting more.
Story of his life. He did a live Q&A where he tried to like answer. He tried to like be off the cuff, and answer questions from people, and it went really badly.
No. He's not good at that at all. Never has been.
No.
Wasn't he going to do a live Q&A on every segment of that video? Like it was going to be like 20 Q&A sessions.
Yeah. In case you missed something about this guy last week and the N-word, here we're going to talk about rape and how I'm the real friend of rape victims. And right?
Who wants to be friends to them?
Totally.
All you hear is just depressing stories all the time. Like, well, I have trauma. Yeah, we know. You've told us. Mm-hmm. No, the Maddox thing, it was like, oh, this is going to be funny. Maddox is back. And then he wasn't. He just went away again. And it's sad because like I want him to be funny. It's all anyone has ever wanted him to do is just talk about what happened. He never did.
Yeah, but he's trying to be like he's trying to like just do harm. He's trying to do as much harm to me as possible.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to be funny about it.
No.
So it's not interesting. It's
At least I got a website.
Blackface lawyer.
Nick Ricada is not a blackfacelawyer.com. I think it is the longest website in history.
So here, Nick, here's your apology. Nick Ricada is not a blackface. Like, all right, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's Nick Ricada is not a blackfacelawyer.com. It is the fucking longest. Like, no one's even going to remember that. Oh, God. So, like, he gives me this funny website, but he makes it way too long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're an idiot.
But yeah, that whole thing just kind of fizzled out as Maddox has done for the past 6-7 years now. He just fizzles out on everything.
Yeah.
The Eric July, like the ISOM trademark settled, but then he's got a new trademark.
Oh, that was just
issue.
like you said it would happen.
No,
I don't want to interrupt. You said right away that it's not a strong case and it should be settled and it should be.
How dare you misrepresent my words? I clearly said that he would lose every single, immediately, and he would have to pay the International School of Ministry $20 bajillion. I'm fucking tired of you trying to run these apologetics. No, but now he's got the new issue where his rock star lawyers misspelled Ripaverse. It's Ripaverse, right?
You want to get Ripaversey in here?
It's like
yeah, they fixed it, but like I posted that. So Obtuse Gnome, the guy that originally wrote the email to the ISOM ministry,
AKA you,
AKA me, right?
So he found it.
He found it. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, check it out. It's they misspelled it." And I was like, "Oh man, that's funny." So I posted it. I took a screenshot. I posted it. And then people are going like, "Oh, you should register it real fast." I'm like, guys,
it's not how trademark works.
It's not how trademark works. And first, and secondly, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't like. I mean, it's like it's just funny that he's. It's funny that he fucks up everything. That's all. It's just funny that he fucks up every single fucking thing. Even though he went to college, it's funny that a college guy, athletic scholarship, whatever, they're all the same. All the you graduate, you graduate. It's funny that he fucks up everything. That's the point.
It's so silly.
They corrected it, but
it's like no, I got these. Someone's like, you said he needed new lawyers. I'm like, I responded, he does. He does. That hasn't changed just because they happened to stumble into negotiating out the settlement that they should have had from the start. Like that should have been clearly addressed at the beginning. Like, actually, look, we didn't really mean to infringe upon your trademark. Like, maybe we could just work something out where I'm sorry, we call him the amazing ISOM or something. Like anything.
Hold on, I got this. I'm gonna make a video accusing y'all of being fake Christians. That ought to do it, right?
Like, why is this your strategy, dude? Like, why? These are just weirdo Christian guys. Like, they don't care.
They seem like good people. They're doing charity and shit. Like, they seem like better people than me. I'll put it like that.
That list is in the billions.
Hey, Eric July is not on that list. I'll tell you that. A lot of these comic guys who don't pay their artists are not on that list either.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now you're going to do this? You're going to do this to me? I'm staying out of this one. Fuck you. No.
Nobody stays out of this, Nick. Nobody stays out of anything. I feel like I have become a permanent, promotional machine for Vito's fucking comic. That is what I like.
Yeah, why are you the lightning rod for comics?
Because I don't have anything to sell. That's the only reason. Because I don't have shit to sell, and I'm like, well, I mean, that's not any good. Like, I know that's not good.
But the funny thing is, I didn't even know you knew how to read until all of a sudden you're reviewing comic books. I'm like, wait, he's read anything? And then he reads comic books. And then I asked you on the show, I'm like, do you even read comics? And you're like, yeah, I love comics. I'm like,
I do love comics, man. I fucking love Scrooge McDuck, man. I'll pull up if I can't.
Stop. You're gonna pull up, God fucking.
Did you see Eric July bitched out of that interview with Ethan Van Sciver?
No, he never agreed to it.
Be glad you're not on the Blaze, right? I'm sure you must have got a contract offer from the Blaze at some point.
No, I never did. I feel bad about that. I don't know.
Or Alex Stein.
I don't know who has to grope me to get a contract offer for the Blaze. But I tried to get
Elijah's your buddy, is it? He could grope you.
I'm like, will you just please rub me a little bit so I call Glenn back and get a contract? But no, he wouldn't do it. I'm like, I thought you were gay. He's like, I am. And I'm like, oh God, now I feel worse.
Can Elijah tell you who has a better ass, you or Sydney Watson? Like, is that possible?
You know the answer to that.
I would guess you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tweets too much to have a good ass.
Right.
That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
So many calories tweeting.
Nah, I mean, girls with a hot ass, they're not out there trying to prove they're.
No, they're on Instagram. They're not tweeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's where I spend most of my time. Just on Instagram these days.
On
I'm
Instagram.
I'm doing my hot girl summer in the winter.
I bullied Vito into getting on the scale again today on our show.
Oh God. Why did you do that to the scale? How bad was it?
I had to get a new scale. I had to get a new fucking scale. The other one broke. At the beginning, it broke during the weight loss contest. Can you believe that? Shattered. The cleaning lady came up. My cleaning lady came upstairs like all sheepishly. You know, when Mexican ladies fuck up, they have the same like hangdog look. She's like, "Oh, senor, the scale." She just shattered into a million pieces, and I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's because Vito's been doing this weight loss contest."
Wait, Vito comes to your house to use the scale?
Well, we weigh him in every month.
Didn't
he does, but his is janky. He's got a Chinese scale, so it's not calibrated for like the sizes that we have over here. It's calibrated for like, you know.
He's a janky scale.
He's got he sent me a picture of it once, and it's got like a fucking something that goes like wah wah wah. You know, I was like, man,
well, Derek, this scale says I weigh 178 pounds. Vito, that's way wrong. Like that's
to prove to him that my scale was accurate. I took my weights. I took two 25-pound weights and got on the scale. So it would be like remotely in his area. You know what I mean?
So you're here's me on the scale. Like, here's another 50 pounds.
Here's another 50
goes
pounds.
Exactly 50 pounds up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's all like anti getting on the scale, even though everyone knows he's fat. Everyone like eyeballs it. Within the question is within 8 pounds plus or minus, but you know, addiction is tough, right? So,
addiction to what? Hoagies?
Well, yeah, yes, yes, obviously, yes.
Can't he get addicted to something else? Like,
I think food is the best one. I mean, kind of. You die way sooner, but you don't fuck up your whole life addicted to food, right?
Yeah,
like
you
if you're addicted,
you can't move. You're just a fat, slovenly thing that sweats all the time.
Yeah, but you're probably like married to another fat, slovenly thing, and your kids are fat, slovenly things. I don't know if it's better or worse.
No, that's terrible. You're painting a horrible life picture for me.
I don't want it, but drug addicts and liquor addicts will drive away everyone around them, but food addicts seem to like glom onto other food addicts, right? So I'm saying
a bunch
like
of fat people hanging around. That sounds awful.
I'm saying like evolution-wise, fat addiction is a preferable addiction to like drugs and liquor. Do you agree?
Oh, God, no, I don't think so. Like, I am so anti-fat that I would rather someone die from a meth addiction.
Me too.
Like,
that's why we die out. That's why.
Just die skinny. Just stop eating and die skinny, for the love of Christ. Just don't keep eating. What do you weigh in at?
Less than Lizzo. I'm proud to say that he is 299. Bro, he hit 299. He made somebody pay him $400 to weigh in tonight. And I got a new scale that has a Bluetooth so I can monitor his weigh-ins. So he can't lie about it, right? So it pops up on my phone.
Right, yeah.
$299, and I see that, and I'm like, this is great. It's less than Lizzo. Lizzo at her fattest, which was 308, and it's less than 300 pounds.
Well, I say she's only 308, but she's like 5'1", right?
If that.
Did you see Tess Holliday claim she was 270 once? No, come on.
No,
stop
in her bra, maybe.
Yeah. So wait, what did he start at? In his weight loss
310.
Journey? Oh, so he lost 11 pounds.
That's what I said. This is it's good.
How long did that take?
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm being encouraging. Like, how long did that take?
8 months, I think, maybe, by now.
8 months. So, like, he lost like a pound and 1.18 pounds a month. That's really good.
Pretty good. By that trajectory... it was a very funny show, though.
The calorie deficit of 630 calories
it's pretty
per
good,
month.
Yeah, that's good. But he was all upset. I'm like, man, it's good news. Like,
If you're 300 pounds, you can literally just go in a sauna and drop 11 pounds. Just stay in there for an hour and a half.
Then you'll put it back on right away.
Just one Gatorade will do it. God damn it.
We should do it. Me and you should gain like 100 pounds or whatever.
I spent the last year or whatever. I've dropped 40 pounds. I don't want to gain weight.
From where?
I was 206 and now I'm 165.
What the fuck?
Vito's like,
165?
Yeah.
Are you transitioning?
Yeah, I'm turning into a woman. I can't wait to add tits to me because then I'm never leaving my house again. Vito's like, I lost 11 pounds in 8 months.
You got to talk to Camelot. Man, is he like Days of Thunder now? Is he gone? Just racing now? That's awesome.
Yeah, he got the actual NASCAR certification. So he's gonna he's driving like I think it's like a mile-long track now. So it's like he gets to go like 190 miles an hour just around those turns, which is cool.
Are we going to that? Is anybody going to like a Camelot race?
I hope so. That'll be fun.
That'd be awesome.
He's got a cool thing I don't know if it's public, but he's got a cool thing coming up in April I'll tell you about too. Oh. Because it's unrelated to NASCAR and it's really fucking hilarious. So I'll tell you about it.
I fucking love watching races. Of all the sports to watch, it's really exciting. Yeah.
Why is that? Like, why is that exciting for you? Because I've never gotten into it. Like, I don't hate it. I just don't care. But I don't care about anything. I'm apathy incarnate.
I don't know why it is. It's like watching them like set up their lines and kind of fuck up. Like you can feel like the momentum of one car overtaking another, and like there's this moment where your understanding of like your like normal innate understanding of like driving and physics make you think that they could pull out of it, but they don't, and it's just kind of like through force of will that someone will take them over. It's very exciting, and it's very fast and loud and big. I love it.
It is. And the funny thing is when people are like, oh, you just turn left, it's like, try it. Yeah. Try driving one of these cars with 11,000 RPMs at 190 miles an hour around a curve. You'll die. Like I would die. You would die. Most people would just die. They Dale Earnhardt into a wall. You're done. It's not that simple. And it takes you have to be in really good physical shape to do it too, because you're like the strain on your body is huge.
That's why it's crazy that Camelot's doing it, because he's so fat and pudgy.
Yeah. Well, he's not really fat. He's just bulky, I guess. He's just squishy. Like he's lumpy, right?
I'm totally joking. Yeah.
I know. But I'm not. He's lumpy. It's weird. Like I'm like, you look like a cartoon. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It
is weird. He has like a six-pack, but it's like, well, that's not where the abs should be, though. It's like
it's like someone. It's like I drew him on there instead of Ethan Van Sciver. No, it's
Did you watch those ISOM reviews that he did?
No,
Ethan Van Sciver?
I don't watch anything at all ever. But I should.
He's like a comic pro going over what makes it like good or bad. It's very interesting.
The only thing I'm like interested in now is there's like the drama around the clip art tracing or whatever. And I don't quite understand it, but it's like, wait, so the allegation is one of the artists like bought assets and then just traced them or something rather than making original art. Is that what's going on? Do I understand that right?
No, Nick, one of my guys discovered this.
Why is it always you? One of your guys.
Don't stop fucking with us. ISOM is entirely like in the program SketchUp, where you can like download 3D models and like arrange them like a dollhouse in this program.
Like South Park.
I get like The Sims. Like The Sims, like, oh, you put the hand up here and you put the little car model in there, and then in the program you go click, and like that's the picture.
Sure.
That's the whole comic. It's just 3D. It's not drawn. It's not traced at all. It's just pictures of comics.
Okay,
and
so they put like assets into a folder, and then when you're like, oh, I'm gonna put an Alpha Core agent in here. You like grab a torso and some arms, like doing funky stuff or whatever, and then you like move them around.
Yeah, you move it around and pose it, and that's cool.
Is that
for like
easier than drawing? That seems tedious. Of course, I don't draw anything, so maybe it is easier.
Well, anybody can do it. Anybody can learn how to like twist like an arm and pull it up.
Sure.
So it's not like you don't have to work for like 10,000 hours to learn how to like pose a dummy. Like a little girl can pose like a doll in whatever shape. But it also, more importantly, it doesn't like, it's not art. Like it doesn't give a sense of, there's no like in Unbreakable, the movie, when Samuel L. Jackson is talking about like what is art. The eyes are big, like they're looking at you, like there's all this composition that goes into it. That's not in a 3D rendering where it's just like a doll going like. Oh.
My biggest problem that I've seen consistently with all of the art from all of the Rippaverse is that no one can figure out where the fucking light source is, and it drives me like that triggers my autism immediately. I'm like, okay, all the shadows are over here, but there's a lens, like there's a light flare on that side of the gun barrel. That doesn't make sense. The light source is over here. Apparently, it should be on this side, and then and then there's like a competing shadow. I'm like, what? Where's the other light source coming from? This doesn't. Why are you doing this? Like, and then I can't get past anything else. I'm like, and I'm not an art like critic. All I can see is like the lighting is wrong in every picture I've looked at. And so then I just stopped looking at them. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to buy these things. I'm not going to read them. So it doesn't matter to me.
Well, there's no refunds if you do buy them.
I saw that. That was fun. I wouldn't refund them either. You got the book. You read it. What, you're going to give it back? You read the thing.
You read it. You can't unread it. Go ahead, read it backwards. Then I'll give you a refund. You read it. Go on YouTube. Read it backwards. I'll give you $35.
Look, I'm gonna buy Men Are Better Than Women, and I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna go. This is just clip art of every feminist argument ever manipulated to be masculine, and then I'm gonna go. This is bullshit, and I'm gonna demand a refund. Are you gonna give me a refund?
Me? Yeah, you gotta not over online though. You gotta find me. If you find me. Walking around,
shake you down for refund.
No, you don't have to shake me down. I'll give you a refund, but you got to have the book. If you have the book on me and you want a refund,
hold on. I don't.
No, but in person. I'm not online.
Better Than Women. Hold on.
You got to have the book though.
The book.
Not signed or anything. Like it has to be in saleable condition, resaleable condition.
How much does this cost? This costs $11. You have $11.53 on you at all times.
I do. I could do Venmo.
Like, hold on. Yeah, I'll take the book back. I want 50.
I don't have good service though. I got like one of these cricket plans, like Matt Damon. So I'll get you later when I get home. You just write your info on the book.
The whole thing with like the no refunds thing. Like I mean, I don't know. It's so silly because
it seems obvious, but why would you like respond to one of my fans who's fucking with you like with so much?
Why respond to anything ever? That's been the problem the entire time. Someone had a tweet the other day and it was like, me, Eric July doesn't respond to criticism well, and someone's like, prove it. And there was just a list of these like a video for a video response to every critique ever made at all in any capacity. Like, why are you responding to all this? Just make another book. Just make $1 million do it every week. Why aren't you like just pump them out?
It's crazy, man.
That's the whole point. But it's so weird. The whole thing is weird. I'm like, I like evolved past it or something.
It's funny now. You're in the area where it's funny now. Thank God.
It's hilarious because I'm like, I don't even care. The last thing that I was involved in, other than people trying to like call me out on the ISOM trademark suit, and I was like, but that's what I said. There was some guy made a clip where they took a bunch of out of context uses from the rant I did about him of me using the soft N word, like, and they're like, look at this racist, and I was like, but I was just mocking him, like that was the whole point, was mocking his resort to racism on
guys. Racists don't use the A form of that word,
and
they use the R version.
I did drop a hard R at one point, but I was telling a story about this racist old cop when I was a kid who pulled over my school bus. because I was the only white kid on the school bus and the rest were black. And he like starts yelling at the kids and calling them the hard R because he's 75 years old or whatever. And so it's like, look what Nick Rekieta said. I'm like, this is literally in the context of a story of someone I'm describing is awful.
Isn't that like SJW shit though? Like, isn't all this like racist? It's like, bro, I thought we were doing this all like to get away from this crap.
No, it's always when convenient you use it.
Yeah, it really is.
That's actually detaching that from Eric July. That's a problem that I have. Like, I understand it with the right, but it's a problem that I have with the right because they'll go, well, they're using machine guns, so we should use machine guns. I'm like, well, but like, I don't know, is it a principled stance or not? And I'm not sure that I get the idea. Like, well, they're going to come after us with this stuff. Well, we should cancel them with the same stuff. It's like, but also that kind of sucks. Like, I'm not sure how you're supposed to do that.
Now you're just losers, though. Like, now you're exactly like them, except you're losing. Like, do you not understand the difference? Like, we should get them in exactly the scum fuck ways that they get us. Like, yes, I understand the logic there, but you will lose that. And yes, but they're better at it. So now you're just saying you have no moral high ground. You're just losers. Like, that's way worse. That's not inspiring for like generations. Like the freedom in this country is like built on like generational like epiphanies where like, we look back on people who suffered tremendously and we're like, oh, that guy was right about this. Let's try to live up to that guy. Like, and these ideals that he like exemplified. It's not like, well, who can scum fuck the hardest? Like, that's not. I'm not down with that.
Term. That's a short-term game, right? Like that's where like, oh, we're gonna go after these guys now. It's like, but that doesn't have any longevity. It doesn't create a new morality. It doesn't create a movement. It's just like, haha, fuck you. It's like, well, I can say fuck you all day. It doesn't help.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I don't know. That was the whole thing. But if nothing else, I did get this.
White bread ass niggas, man.
Which made me so happy. I was like, oh, that's good. They got me there.
He hasn't called me any Mexican names. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm waiting for that one. He probably won't, though.
Trying to think of good Mexican names that aren't obvious.
Well, the obvious ones.
Well, that's true. You could do that, but that'd be racist. Here we go. Inset Hurdle 88 says, made my first old fashioned tonight. Also my 6th FML. What the fuck's an FML?
Fuck my life. I made my first old fashioned and my 6th. Fuck
oh,
my
maybe
life.
that's
like, they've drank 6.
Why are you drinking old fashions though?
6 is a lot of old fashions. You got to switch to just whiskey at some point.
Well, I never want an old fashioned. Because like they're like, well, you could have this whiskey or I could put bullshit in it. I'm like, well, I'll just have the whiskey. Like, I don't ever want the old fashioned.
That's true.
But I know a bunch of people who like them. I just don't. Grifty says, if a chicken shaves a bunny's arms, is that racist? Yes.
If you're asking, yes.
Based Ghost Coast to Coast says, please help us save Riley's kids on Gives and Go. More info on page. YouTube won't let me say. Guys, go check out Save Riley's Kids, I guess, on Gives and Go. I have no idea what that is. Outpost Nerd says, hey, Law Pope, did you hear that Alec Baldwin was indicted with involuntary manslaughter for the Rust movie death? Yeah, that happened today. It's very funny. Just 2.25 years later, they finally indict him. He said all this shit. In the past 2 years, he has said so much shit, and it's all going to be used against him. Oh, I'm an expert with guns. I trained heavily with guns. I do tons of movie scenes with guns. I'm the perfect gun user, the greatest gun user. You hear Donald Trump talk about guns. I'm way better than Donald Trump, and I'm a liberal. Like, he's just sitting there talking about how great he is with guns and how much he's trained. It's like, but you pointed one at a woman and pulled the trigger. Like, that was stupid. Why'd you do that?
And then you said you didn't. So why did you say you didn't?
Did
you not know it went off in your hand?
Well, it wasn't supposed to go off.
But did you check? You didn't pull the trigger. Why?
It's so funny. It's like, but the funnier thing is, I don't think anything is gonna happen to him. I have no faith that he's going to go to prison.
Of course not. No.
He should. It'd be great if he did.
It'd be funny.
do a documentary from prison. He'd probably be the safest guy in prison.
With his duck ass sticking out behind him in the cell.
Yeah, but if you rape Alec Baldwin, like, you're fucked. Like, there's no way you're getting away with that.
It's funny though. I'm the guy that raped him first. Yeah. Beetlejuice.
Then you write the book like How I Raped Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just cannot see him going to prison. I can't. He should. If anybody else had the exact same scenario, they're like, well, he relied on the armor. You can't just say that. Well, I just relied on this guy. He's highly trained. I didn't have to look and see if the gun was loaded when I pointed it at a person and pulled the trigger. Like, that's not. No one else gets that excuse. And you know your armor is retarded because look at her. I wouldn't have trusted her with anything.
No.
Ever. I wouldn't have let her buy me a sandwich.
I don't want him to go to prison, but I think it would be funny. You know?
I just don't think I want him to go to prison.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, okay. I think that, because like,
it would be funny, or are you just like, legally?
No, like legally, I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, yeah. I just want him to go to prison because he's an asshole.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
He did kill a woman. Like, he did do that. Like, that was kind of shitty of him to do.
I didn't know her, so you know, I hold all
not
judgments
like broken up
off.
about it.
Yeah, you know, I killed a poor woman. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I didn't say she was a poor woman. He just killed a woman. Like,
yeah, sucks.
You can't do that. I know you want to, but you can't. You'd go to prison.
Not on film. Not on a film set.
They wouldn't let you on. Deathwish says, been a while. I'm still alive and keep being you. Oh, cool. I'll try to do that. Do you get those, like, keep being you? Like, well, I don't know how to do other things.
No, I don't get that. I just get, oh, this was the funniest thing in a while. Oh, this was a really good one. It's been a while. That's all of my fucking comments are like, this was really hilarious. The most hilarious episode in a while. Like, all right, can you guys stop saying that? You're giving me a fucking complex.
But it's every episode.
Yes, every episode. It's, this is the best one in a while.
So you found out like 4 people watch your show. And then like they don't watch it ever again. Then different 4 people watch it next time.
Yeah.
It's like they come back every 12 months. Like, oh, this is the greatest episode in a year. On the John says, Ricada, please ask Richard if he eats butthole. It makes him really mad, Lamau.
That guy's a homosexual. He's a stalker. That guy on the John, he stalked me in a number of places I've been at, a number of shows I've been on. Block him. On the John, block him.
I don't
right
block
away.
people.
Well,
what am I, you? I don't block people.
You should start with him.
Why would it be, why does it make you mad if I ask if you eat butthole?
I don't know why. I don't, but it's just that guy's question everywhere I go makes me so fucking irate.
Are you sure you don't? Like, maybe that's why it makes you mad. Maybe you do.
No, I'm sure I don't, but it makes me so upset to have to answer
checked?
it. Yeah, I'm checking right now. Check all the time. I that's like one of the I check all the time if I have my tongue in an asshole, and I don't.
Why not?
Because it's gross.
Oh, okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know your reason.
No, you should know. It's gross.
Well, but like that is a reason, but there could be other reasons. Maybe you have a religious opposition to it.
I have a sore at my back. That's another reason why I don't eat asshole. You have to bend, I assume you have to bend over. I don't want to do that.
You assume you have to.
I mean, it's down there. You got to bend down to get in there, right?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I haven't tried.
Well, I guess
I
would know because I do. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Very funny.
Make sure. Vampire Mort says Riley's new show is funny as fuck. Angela, I couldn't understand why or how Captain America got old in Endgame. Good job exposing all this thing. Wait, what?
Yeah, Eric July didn't understand the end of Endgame when Captain America got old.
Because he went back in time and then aged to the present.
He didn't understand that part.
That's not true. That's not true. You're just making shit up now. You're trying to get me in trouble. That is not true.
Watch Riley's show. You have to watch Riley's show. I tuned into Riley's show, and it's Riley with no shirt on, looking fucking disgusting, like hairy as shit, punching Mint's Salad's tits like a heavy bag, like Sugar Ray Leonard, like for like 30 seconds. It's great.
You did not describe something I want to watch. You described something I actively
You don't want to see
avoid.
Riley hitting Mint Salad's tits like that?
No.
You got to watch it. Come on. It's funny.
I like Mint and I like Riley. I want to see neither of them shirtless.
No, neither of them?
Neither of them.
Okay. Well, the wrong one is shirtless in that clip.
Why is
He's just going at her tits like, It's so funny. Clip of hers.
People who do stream shirtless are weird, so I don't trust it.
Oh, okay. You wish you were as hairy as Riley. That's your next step. Is getting hair implants from Riley all over your arms.
I unironically hate body hair of all types. I'm like, I want to be powder. I want all of my body hair to be like fucking electrocuted off of me forever.
Yeah.
I hate it. God, I hate it.
Where does it start? The body hair.
Anywhere. Oh wait, I guess from like here down. Anything below the upper neck, just gone. Like I want it all I want to walk through
your
a
legs
wax
too?
field. Yeah, I have not done anything to my legs. I have hairy. I just hate body hair in general.
Oh wow!
I don't know why either. Like I just don't like it. But I haven't done anything about it. Like it's not like I haven't shaved my legs. I'm not gay.
You just hate looking like you're in the shower and you're like, what the fuck?
Like why is all this hair on my legs? Like shouldn't I be sleeker or something? Like shouldn't I be faster?
Like a dolphin?
I feel like I feel like the hair slows me. It's like friction in the air.
Yeah.
I don't
makes
know.
You
it
like less arguments in court. Like,
oh, he's slippery.
Wow, that guy's legs are he ran out of here with a guilty verdict. Look at him go.
I don't know. To me, I just don't like it. I don't know why. I've never liked the appearance of body hair at all. But also like shaving it all off is weird. Like I wouldn't take my arm hair off. I just don't like having arm hair as a concept. You're Mexican. You wouldn't understand this.
That's why.
Yeah. Like I'm Polish. Body hair doesn't make sense.
It makes more sense because you're cold. What are you talking about?
Well,
in Poland you are. In Mexico, it makes no sense to have all this fucking hair.
That's true. Dude, so on that cold front, I guess, today is like, it's been really fucking cold everywhere, I guess. But it was like, -2, -1 around here today. But I walked out of my house and I've been so fucking warm all day. I was just wearing a hoodie and sandals. Well, I was wearing jeans and sandals and I'm walking around outside. People are like, don't you want to wear shoes? I'm like, no, I'm fucking melting. Leave me alone. They're like, aren't you cold? No. Well, you should wear shoes. No, I shouldn't. Well, everybody tries to give you advice on how to be warm. It's like, I know how to wear shoes. Like, I get it. The concept of shoes isn't foreign to me. It's not like I just woke up and was like, oh, this is 2024. I should wear sandals only. And I've never heard of socks. It's just, I was warm all day outside in the cold. But it's like Minnesota people are like, oh, shouldn't you wear a jacket? I'm a grown ass man. Like, I know how to wear a jacket. But they act like you don't know.
Nah, you're not you said you're like 165 pounds?
Yeah.
That's not a grown ass man. You gotta bulk up.
I don't want to bulk up.
You gotta be as big as Drexel. You gotta get
no way.
Like,
he's
you gotta be walking like this. No one will tell you to fucking put a jacket
I don't
want to
like have to turn sideways to go through a door. Stupid.
Yeah,
like,
you
pick
have
up
to.
2 urinals or whatever.
Just walk like that for a day. See if anybody tells you about wearing
like
jackets.
If I do this, that's Drexel's shoulders. Like my elbows. It's so
not like this. Not like this. Like this.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like he's that.
Yeah, but you were doing that.
Well, yeah, but that's
don't do that.
I'm white and I don't know how to like be cool. But I'm just saying, like that's how fucking big he is. It's dumb.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him in like 4 months or something. It's been a minute.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he's busy and I'm busy, so also fuck that guy. Just kidding. He went to
Hat
George
shopping
Floyd Square and never came back.
Oh shit! He got by one of those German shepherds he's always talking about.
So funny. It's like, you just hate, like, you hate black women. He's like, yeah, they're terrible. Nick, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen one of these German shepherds happy? Well, I mean, come to think of it, no. That's because they don't know how to be happy. They can't accept love. They don't know what happiness is. Like, wait, you're saying all black women can't be happy? Yeah. How do you know? I've met them. You know what? You're kind of right, though. Like, I guess I've never seen a happy black woman ever. Have you? When you think
well,
really
you have to
hard
take off black. I wish you would just say everything without the black part.
No, but he likes other women just fine. Colombians,
I can't get on board with that. Then.
Oh, okay.
I can't support a.
It's so fun.
Philosophy that promotes any women above any of the other ones. You know.
I almost want to get into like whatever deep-seated trauma he has. Because like I met his mom and she's fine. Like she's not like particularly terrible. I like her. She's
what
awesome.
A wonderful thing to say about your friend's mom.
That came out wrong, okay? But no, like you'd think the way he talks about black women that she would be like.
No, I wouldn't think that. I don't think everything I say has shit to do with my mom. It's just like, this is women I'm trying to fuck. It's not my mom.
He says all black women. All of them. He's talking about all of them.
I mean, come on. You got to give the guy one.
It's like, can you imagine what Stefan Molyneux's mom looks like? She's got to be awful.
She looks like him with a wig. I've seen it.
Wait, that's Brock Lesnar. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, fucking God. That like, I don't know, man. This whole like, the world is getting so fucking weird. I don't understand what's going on with just about anything anymore. Because like every time I turn on a TV, I'm like, I don't care about any of this. And all the news stories, I'm like, I don't care about that. And every news story now is just about an Instagram model doing something that I see. And they're like, Emily Ratajkowski never wanted to be famous. I'm like, cool. Why is that an article? Why does that exist?
Till she died, choking on cum. Next up.
But like, it's like, why? The mini celeb culture has become like the most important news that exists. And it's weird that it has, because I don't get it. I don't get any of this stuff. And I'm like, do you guys just not have anything to talk about? And I think that the answer is yes.
Yeah,
they don't have
yes.
They don't have anything to say.
We're relocalizing everything.
So where does this go? Like what happens now? Like what? Because I look at my kids. I'll do this. If you try to like have my kids listen to any music, they're like, okay, whatever. And they're like, well, Dad, will you play a song? Like, I guess, what is it? And they'll name something off, and the artist is something unintelligible. I'm like, who the hell is that? And they're like, well, there's a YouTuber. And so now all the songs they listen to are like created by YouTubers, and they're all goddamn terrible. And I'm like, why do you listen to this?
It sucks when YouTubers like try to make stuff, right?
Only when it's music.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, they're like, I want to listen to the new song by Dream. And I'm like, why though? Or the CG5 guy. I'm like, I don't get it. Why this music isn't any good. I don't understand. But it's all and look, I'm with it. Like, I'm with the idea that you're monetizing marketing personality. And then you go, well, I have 50 million followers. I should probably just make an album. And it'll sell, like, just by numbers. You'll fucking get a platinum record, which is funny, and definitely do that. But it's weird that like that's what's becoming culture.
I don't know if there is any music or culture anymore. I think it's kind of been destroyed, and what we would have had as culture has been annihilated by like payment processors and like government intervention. Like I think that's why Trump is so important to a lot of us. Is like, well, that's what, like, you could imagine if all of us had the kind of protection as like a billionaire could have, we could make this culture that we could share and enjoy together. But
No, we tried that. We failed. It's called the Daily Wire. Tried it, and I don't want anybody to make. I actually just want Hollywood to make stuff. I don't care how shitty it is. I just don't want Daily Wire to make stuff anymore.
It's like Trump and Sam Hyde got as close as we could, and we had to all dump everything into him. And he got fucked too. Like he should be Sam Hyde should have a fucking late night show, but the censors killed everybody.
No, Sam Hyde is too funny.
That shouldn't have been it's a shame that that's a thing, but it's true.
Anybody who does anything funny is just like they're a waiting target. Like Kevin Hart said the other day, he's like, I won't do the Oscars anymore, and comedians never should. Like it's just not the place for comedians at all, because there's too much spotlight and well, after the Will Smith thing, but it's not really the Will Smith thing. It's like if you go up and say a joke now, a little bit later, it's going to be offensive to somebody. And I don't know how you do comedy anymore, because that Matt Rife guy, like he was pretty funny, and they went right after him. It's like, I like that guy. He's hilarious.
Is that the retarded helmet guy?
No, Matt Rife. He's like this young dude with like a chiseled face, and he's all buff, and he goes and he just hits on women in the audience the whole time. Tells them that they're bad.
Yeah.
But he's pretty funny. Like, I like his stand-up, but he got in trouble for, the retarded helmet.
Yeah,
I thought you meant that was his bit that he did on stage, like wear a retarded helmet. I was like, no, that's
came
not
out.
That would be funny.
It's a great bit.
That's Vito's bit, isn't it?
I think so.
No, yeah, he was the retarded helmet guy, and like they fucking went in on him. It's like it was just a joke, guys. Calm the fuck down. Like, this is a comedy show.
Yeah, we got DEI. Like, we got a layer of government bureaucracy at every single fucking level of every company and agency, every corporation, every university. It's really like a giant boot on everybody's neck. It sucks.
Did you see that the government is coming after local governments? You know, they make the highway signs, like the little LED or the little dot matrix light highway signs, and they'll sometimes say something mildly funny.
Sure.
You're like, Santa doesn't want you to drink, or you're getting coal. It's like, well, that's stupid. But the federal government is now saying you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Like,
good.
Like, we need to put a stop to this. This is the problem that we have right now. Like, these signs cannot have comedy in them.
Drinking is serious. Drinking and driving. Pretending to stop drinking and driving is very serious.
Speaking of that, not actually that, but something close. So I was driving with my kid today, and there's a song on, and the song is about a guy's like path to sobriety. So I'm like explaining this to my kid. And I'm explaining all these metaphors and allusions. I'm like, he's talking about cocaine here and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute.
He's talking about drinking. He's talking about overdoing it. He's not talking about just drinking. This is a metaphor, guys.
No,
it's settle down.
Drug sobriety. He's not talking about alcohol in this song.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, wait a minute. You're homeschooled. You don't know anything about drugs, do you? He's like, not really. And I'm like, oh, God, let me tell you about the 80s and 90s. So the 80s and 90s, they decided to go to war against drugs. And he's like, okay. And I was like, so Nancy Reagan came up with this plan to send a police officer to every school to teach children how to use all of the drugs that exist. Like, I was like, why is this the thing? And he's like, why would they do that? I'm like, I don't know, because I would never have learned how to use any drugs in school until the police officer came and told me specifically how to do them and what they did. Yeah. But I didn't encounter drugs in school at all.
Or ever. Cops.
Yeah, it was and I was thinking about that, and I was like, I don't even know. Do they do DARE or anything like that anymore? Is that a thing? Or is that like dead? Is that a dead artifact?
DARE is dead, but they do like drunk driving shit. And well, every school has a cop. Every school has a cop there already, like a resource officer who's like the liaison for when the cops fuck up, who's like always there to, because they can't, like, schools can't punish statistically misbehaviors. So they have to have a cop there to, like,
very racist,
walk them out to the parking lot because, you know, they can't expel anybody.
Yeah.
So they have no need for DARE anymore. They've like abandoned the idea that they're helping kids. Now it's just like, well, let's contain the, obviously. Go ahead.
Yeah. My high school had a resource officer. I graduated in 2000. She was a woman who was probably 98 pounds. And she was like 60 years old. Her name was Vicky, and she walked around. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm leaving the school. I'm going to my car." She's like,
Smoking,
"You can't do that." I watch. You can't catch me. I'm going to briskly walk away. She was a complete, like, her entire effect was just her charm, because all these kids liked her. I'm like, this lady gets you in trouble. Why do you like her? Just leave. But she was completely useless. She couldn't stop anything at all. I don't know why she was actually there, but I don't. What would it take? Because I went to school in a suburb. Like, what would it take for an inner city school? Like, how many resource officers would you need to actually contain like a Detroit high school?
The Detroit Police Department.
Just arrest all of them.
Yeah, it's just like a mini prison. They just send them to. Same as LA. It's like, all right, well,
yeah, actually, yeah.
I guess we just cover this with concrete and iPads, and then you guys destroy it for 5 years, and we start over.
God, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how any of this shit works. It's weird because all the stuff that I knew about school, whenever I encounter school now, oh yeah, I judged a speech competition the other day.
Oh.
Because I did speech as a senior in high school, and my son does speech now. And they're like, we need judges. If you've ever done speech, you don't have to do the training. I'm like, well, I guess like I could go try and do this. I definitely want to give up my Saturday to listen to high school speeches. And so and
your son was in it? That seems like a little
well, I didn't judge his.
Okay.
Like, I got put in other groups, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, I had to listen. It was the public address section. So they like take famous speeches of people addressing the public, I guess. Yeah. And the first one was like a La Raza speech from the founder of La Raza. And like, it was 4 speeches from woke communism and then an autism speech. And I was like, well, I don't remember this when I was in school. Like, no one would have given a La Raza speech at all. And then, the next one was like feminism. It was feminism. And every speech of the informational like speeches was all completely like woke DEI stuff. All of them. And I was like, all of them though? Every single one? Like, there isn't one person who's like, well, this is how we, I don't even know what you would talk about, I guess, but everything was fucking
just do like a Nick Fuentes impression.
He said he would.
It's funny watching like the white people, like everything they've built, like how it's being like I don't know, like cargo culted and perverted and like repurposed performatively by sickos and degenerates. Like a speech contest, a speech contest, which is like white people shit. Let's be the best we can be. Let's see who's the best orator. We respect this. People listen to this. We've been studying it for 2,000 years. Oh, that's awesome. Let's pervert it. Let's make it totally retarded. Like, oh yeah, okay. Well, that's retarded. This is totally ineffectual.
Let's listen to the founder of La Raza and talk about it. The one was about like immigration, and this chick was just jumping all over the place. I'm like, I don't understand what this has to do with immigration. You're talking about all of like slavery, and then you're talking about like Chinese people. Like, none of them are immigrating, but it was like, well, some people have had it bad. I'm like, okay, this is weird. But the whole thing was just, it was so baffling. I'm like, this is not what we talked about in school. But it brings you to the reality that no, this is all that they talk about in all of the classes all the time. Yeah. Everything is this. That's actually really going on, and it's weird, man. Because I couldn't do. I would have. Oh God, I'd have lost my fucking mind. What I need to do though is get off of YouTube, go to Rumble.
Oh shit.
And then what I want to do is watch Sean Strickland make fun of gay people on Rumble.
All right, I'm getting another drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll do this transition, and then we'll carry on in a second. All right, guys. So follow us over to Rumble, if you will. We're gonna watch Sean Strickland. He's gonna answer some questions about gay people, I guess, because they want to ask Sean Strickland's opinion on that, which I'm not sure why. And then we have a story about how good England is at punishing pedophiles. That's funny. I think it's England. That story probably going to make people mad. I don't know, but we have that and maybe some other stuff. We'll see where we go. Is there anything? No, that's it. We'll see where we go from there. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I don't know how much we should talk about because they're watching. Anyway, we're going to move over to Rumble. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Peace. Oh, yeah. The link is in the pin chat and in the description. I'll see you there. Peace. Peace.